We are just days away from Christmas 2020, and our final craft is the no-sew quilted star ornament. Let's get started. Gather your supplies. For this ornament, you will need a foam ball, some small straight pins to secure your fabric, and fabric squares in 3 colors. 8 squares for the center of the star, and then 16 each of the other 2 colors. Okay, I wanted to make one of these no-sew quilted star ornaments that I've seen everywhere, so I just grabbed the supplies from my local craft store and watched a couple videos to get myself familiar with the process, and we are going to dive right in. I've got these really tiny pins, so we'll see how well I do with those. But the basic premise is you find the center of your fabric square, and we're going to pin that into our foam ball, and then we fold it in half and fold these corners in. And I am going to overlap that a little bit so that I can use one pin. So I've overlapped my fabrics, so I've got a pin there, and I'm going to pin those 2 corners. And then we repeat the process so that our points match. I've got one folded and pinned there, and I'm repeating the process just across. Okay. Now we're going to fill in the sides. And we have our light colored fabric is just going to fill in all of these kind of seam lines that we have. You can see the stars starting to appear. Now we're going to cover up these diagonals. And there we have our star in the light fabric with the medium fabric around the sides. And now I'm going to add one more layer just on top of all of these with the darkest fabric. Okay, we are halfway done. So I want to kind of eyeball halfway around, so I kind of judge it there that I'm on the opposite side. And then repeat the process to start with your center. So we have our light section done, and then we again use those folds as our guidelines for where to position the middle layer. Okay, the folding part is done. One thing I would caution you is to make sure your points are evenly spaced here. You can see that one got a little low, which means that my fabric looks a little odd there, but I'm going to cover that with a ribbon. So there is the major folding part of our no-sew quilted ornament. Let me find some ribbon and we will finish this beauty up. Okay, solid ribbon would work better to cover up those pins, but I'm making do with what I have on hand. So I'm going to put that flashy ribbon down first and then this gold over the middle, and the flash will distract from any pins that show up in the center there. And this is going to be a hot glue operation. So I will do that off camera and show you the finished product. Thank you so much for spending part of your holidays here with True Blue Quilts. If you are looking for some quilting tips, please check out my Learn to Quilt series that you see on the screen. If you've enjoyed these videos, consider subscribing. I will be back very soon with more quilting tips and tricks. Merry Christmas!